The old coot Carl bit me. I'm Melton, son of a carpenter and Mary, and that's the title of my Tommy. I'm gonna see if I can get the sugar check going with the new stuff. Get it done before I go too far into it. Had some trouble with this morning. Let me get out a test strip. Oh, it was high, like 370, I think, this morning. There, blocks up. Tami is the no-armed Chinese fellow, average worker of the unseen business who got a promotion by brown-nosing. His boss Wu gave him a test of loyalty. And told him to stick his right arm into a wood chipper. Would you do that for your boss? 306. Oh, don't get me started on my, there's 2 sets of 9. However many comes in, 8 or 10. I think 8. Bars of soap I'm gonna have to throw out because, yeah, I go out, I come back, and the first set literally smelled and stung like, well, I don't really know what kerosene feels like, but it smelled like kerosene. If you've ever been in the South and lost power and you have those kerosene lamps, you know what kerosene smells like. 306, okay. But this set from last night did not smell that way. But I could kind of feel a difference after I showered. And yeah, I did not sleep well at all last night, especially with some show they were putting on out front. I don't want to get into it. Let me show you some imagery as I'll tell you about Tommy, the no-armed Chinese fella. He lost his arm. Both arms. Brown-nosing. His boss, who told him to stick that right arm into the wood chip, and he slowly fed that right arm in. Tommy's always been blindly obedient. He's Chinese. Oh, very obedient people. To a fault. Being, blindly obedient is not good. And the left arm saw what was going on with the right arm, was of course surprised and jumped off. They had this written agreement with Tami. Alright, he wrote it up before he got chipped up. They tote stuff for Tami. They zip up, they button up, they do the nasty stuff. They wipe butts in the bathroom. They pick noses, and Tami, before he lost his arms, was a professional nose picker. Now he just has to rely upon the kindness of strangers to pick his nose. Oh, don't fall for it. Think I left him crawling around all alone because Tommy chipped up righty and he had to jump off. This parable, however, begins. Oh, I got another installment in of my couple more. The parable of the rope and the water. Check it out on Instagram. And YouTube.com. The one you can find on Crest Complex links without the URL. It'll be there tomorrow. And on DNFT series. Made it after I processed. But Tami got a promotion out of, losing both arms. And it's the beginning of the work day. He's getting there late. And Leah and Mia, two of his employees, are there already. And he comes storming in, and Leah says, "Where's your unicycle?" Yeah, he doesn't need the bicycle. Doesn't need the bicycle. Doesn't have arms, and he's always had very good balance. He's Chinese. Oh, I compliment you when you're doing something good, And he's storming around, going into his office, and he noticed something about him. And Mia says, "Tami, what happened to your nose?" Oh, did I leave that part? What happened to the unicycle first? Is that what Leah asked? And Tami said he was running late. His car had trouble, and he lets Rhea, his girlfriend. Yeah, all the Ia names. It's easy for me to remember. He lets her drive it, and she came in, woke him up. She had to go and work earlier, and she said, "The car's not starting." And so he helped her get the car started. He explains to them as he's going in and telling folks to go get him a cola, and he's going to prop his legs up and watch the Three Stooges all day long, as they do, all the hard work. And when they ask him, Mia was it? Ask him about his nose, he says, "The old Coot Carl bit it." And then he just storms into that office. They bring the cola in, and they don't want to bother him anymore. So Leah calls up Rhea, who's already gotten to work with the car. And she explains that, the car was not, the battery was dead. And so the good thing is that a few houses down, they know this guy. Oh, senior citizen, old grandpa kind of guy. Carl, or as Tami refers to him, the old Coot. And he knows all about, fixing up, getting cars going, changing tires, putting a new alternator starter in and all of that. And he brings over the jumper cables, and as always with something electronic or mechanical, Tami wants to tell him how to do it, how it's done. And he gets his car over there, and he's got Tommy's car that Rhea's driving because it hurts his teeth. All he's got to drive with is his mouth. Hurts his teeth to drive. He just drives when Rhea's had too much to drink at the Snake Pit. Yeah, that's where he met her. A popular dance club here in LA. He just tells Carl again and again, "You got to do it this way, you got to do it that way. Don't do that. Do this." And finally, he had enough. The old Coot had enough. He had the jumper cables on his car, and if you've seen jumper cables, they kind of got a little clamp and a sharp wire kind of jaw on it. Yeah, old Coot Carl just recently clamped onto Tommy's nose. Rhea explains. Clamped onto his nose, and Leah asked her, "But his nose, you see, it's all swollen and red, but it's also black in spots." And She said that's when he put. Tommy's got a really big nose. Always getting it into other people's business. That's when he put the other clamp on the other, a little bit higher on the nose, and it was already connected to the old Coot's car, and so it made his nose all red and all of that. I'm going to show you my big fives. Tommy's going to relax for the day. He always relaxes. Makes everyone else do the work just because he's stupid and stuck his arm in a wood chipper. He can boss a whole lot of folks around. But I got my stuff paged, printed. It's paged for photo printer paper like this. It's on a 4x6 print. Now you can print out my big fives. Let me get serious for a moment here. Try to call me, 424-229-4140. Can't reach me, you can't reach the customer, you have no idea how many other customers you can't reach. I explain it this way. It's going to be boring, whatever you get. I've been asking for Flight 93 checks of America's Lifelines for over 9 years, and I have yet to get one. It's a lot of managed censorship conducted without fear of being covered by the evening news. We the people must be the evening news. Make that video, post that video, whatever you get when you don't get me, to wherever you want to put it. YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, MySpace, Facebook, 100 more probably. Whatever you get when you don't get me is going to be boring. A phone ringing, an error message, a busy signal. I guarantee you, it's not going to be boring if you need the firemen, the police, and paramedics. So you make that video, whatever you get when you don't get me, Melton, John Melton Brady. You can certify your mail as well, 4260 Eagle Rock Boulevard, Apartment 409, Los Angeles, California, 90065. Not any certified mail about that 93 check, none about the Osama rumor. Oh, check around the eyes, President Hussein and Osama. Not one comment about that, Hussein is Osama's son. None about these Tami parables either. It's managed censorship that can place someone named Hussein in the highest office in the world, right after we got attacked by a whole lot of angry, violent, deadly Husseins. We don't go by names in America, of course, but it didn't look right, and they had a whole lot of other choices to choose from. So we the people must be the evening news. We can do it with our phones. I'm making a video with mine right now. So you make that video, whoever's in the room there with you, whatever you get when you don't get me. 424-229-4140. Make the video, post the video. And, you can find, I've got on the Flickr, and I've got on DNFD series as of right now, the Flight 93 vote-truth.blogspot.com. I'm going to have to go back in and update if I can. I'd put the big fives on a little while ago, a few days ago. And now I've just redone them in a better way. All soldiers, all firemen, all policemen, all priests, and I included those I went to school with, or those who went to the school I went to school with as well, St. Frederick's High School in Monroe, Louisiana, and the University of Louisiana at Monroe. Oh, they changed the name from when I went. It was Northeastern Louisiana University up in the northeastern part of Louisiana. But all alumni try to call me. It's money out of your pocketbook, your business. Because when whatever boring thing you get, that phone ring, the error message, busy signal, you get to leave a message, I don't get it. It's not going to be boring you if you need the firemen, police, paramedics, and also next time you're calling up countless other customers, and you get that. Yeah, and you don't know. It's your Gates livelihood. You can call it your Walmarted or your Spectrum livelihood. And yeah, I do have those on there as well. Check-in posts. I'm trying to get down to a shorter, smaller collection of all soldiers, all firemen, all that kind of thing, all priests. Check-in post in 5. Try to call me, not one, flight 93, taking 9 years of asking, make a video, whatever you get. You got the timestamp on your phone, you got the number dialed. When it doesn't match up with our call logs, our call records, yeah, that's dangerous folks hiding in the shadows. And yes, if your business is politics, that's how it comes into play, that they placed someone named Hussein, and now the buffoon Trump waving that Russian flag in our White House. Oh, I don't play favorites, I go by truth. That's why I called it vote-truth.blogspot.com. It's got voter registration links there. And I just put the Google Drive. I've got the like Christ Complex links and all that on the Big Fives, which you can go to find the Flickr, but I need to put the direct links there if I can. But yeah, you can't reach me, you can't reach the customer. You have no idea how many other customers you can't reach. That's more than about money out of your pocketbook. Make that video, whatever you get when you don't get me, Melton, the son of a carpenter and Mary. I put that part in. I was rushing. I'll put it in again just in case. Daddy carpenter worked on skyscrapers. Mom Marianne. I'm the son of a carpenter and Mary. I get to tell parables. Video making is real easy. Your phone does it nowadays. Make that check and post in 5 video and make those videos only you can make. Funny stuff, tell that joke you got perfectly just once. You never have to tell it again. And the serious stuff, what you believe in. Make those videos. Oh, check out the rope and the water parable. I've got it kind of in pieces. Here and there, I hope to get it all in one collection. On DNFD series, probably tomorrow. It should be. I'll have to look to make sure. But I hope to get it in other places as well. And I'll check it out. In the parable, Jesus is showing the disciples a parable he wants them to tell the rest of the world. And the world is a very big place. He says one life, one world is but one drop of water in this bucket being poured into the ocean. He demonstrates, he dips the bucket down in the water, pulls it up, and lifts up the drops, and then pours the water back into the ocean. And he explains that with the frayed end of the other end of the rope, he used to dip into the water. He says, this is you, each of you. It's these are how the angels help you out. Those unseen folks who make you smarter, make you more businesslike, make you funnier, teach you how to do that. Teach you how to be romantic, teach you how to do this. Jesus explains it. I tried to do it in little bits of a minute parable, but he explains that you are the only strand in this rope. He holds up this big rope with a whole bunch of strands just kind of all over the place, the frayed end. And he says, well, this one here, it makes you a good sailor. This one makes you a good fisherman. You're the only strand of this rope that's going to be there from the beginning to the end. And yes, the end is the beginning elsewhere. And those that are here, the angels, the other strands in that rope, are there to help you and welcome you. And that next drop in the bucket I have planned for you. And then he dips the bucket of water, the bucket into the ocean and pulls it back up. And he says, I want you to retell this parable when you... eventually they will have videos like this that will help you be a fisher of men. And he reaches into the bucket and pulls out a couple of fish there and says, look, we have dinner. And I have made you fishers of men. It's a work in progress. And yeah, each parable can have a 1,000 ways of being told. Pick up your phone, tell it yourself. And remember, the path to heaven There are 1,000 different ways to go, and each path is wide and welcoming. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise. Now, I hope you could see that. Not go to where you can print them out, like you print out your family's photos. And here's a couple of them here. Here's one of them. Except it's got, of course, the Flight 93 and Vote Truth I've put in there. Come see me. Have We'll travel. Show me that perfect place to build. Jesus' immaculate house here on earth. Best people start building with. You have to come see me in person. 4260 Eagle Rock Boulevard, Apartment 409, Los Angeles, California. 90065. Come see the man in the shadows with the light of truth. And let's get started building a better world.